if you're watching this and you're in your early 20s, late 30s, then you don't have much time. Despite what everyone tells you that you have time, you have 10 years to grind your job or your career away. You have 4 years of college for a bachelor's plus 2 if you do a master's, and you have 4 years in high school. But the people that think that you have a lot of time are basically losers. If you look around you, at McDonald's, Burger King, not even just fast food, just regular white collar corporate job, they don't have any time left. They're in their 40s, 50s, 60s with kids, a wife, a busy life. And all they complain about is how expensive everything is. With inflation going up, they can't afford groceries, they can't afford to pay their mortgages, they're increasing property value prices. So everything's just becoming more and more expensive while they're just working their normal 9-to-5 white-collar job. And in the end, it's not enough to support themselves. You get, what's the average right now? Like 60K, 70K, the average income in the United States. And that's only for maybe without a college degree. With a college degree, it's more like 100K, which isn't enough now. And I know this firsthand, where in a corporate office, when we walk in, there are 3 basically main topics that people talk about when eating lunch or, hanging around the water cooler. They talk about football, soccer, basically any kind of sports, hockey. They talk about, their fantasy football league, all this shit that doesn't even matter, to be honest. And I just chime in and pretend to give a fuck to basically make coworkers, right? So I can get a promotion or faster, and I can get my name across the corporate, basically the corporate landscape. Anyways, that's the first subject: sports, bullshit, the circus that they all distract themselves with. So the second thing they talk about is basically how expensive everything is in terms of rent, car notes, gas prices, and groceries, right? We all know that we don't get paid enough. If you look at the wage increase versus the cost of everything going up, inflation, it's a night and day difference, right? There's such a huge gap that working a normal 9-to-5 would never, ever cover it ever again. It will never cover your living expenses ever again. So if you're in your 20s, 30s, you need to build a side income now. You need to build something other than your 9-to-5, other than working for other people, right? Or working under a boss. You need to build your escape now, because you don't have much time left. Most people that tell you have time, they're fucking losers, let me be honest, right? They work a 9-to-5, they come home to their fucking fat wife, their badass kids, and they spend every paycheck they have barely saving $500, $1,000. The average American doesn't even have $5,000 saved up in their bank account for unforeseen circumstances, like in a crash or something. So you can't listen to normal people because you can't afford their advice. If you want to be a normal person and live paycheck to paycheck, while your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, your food increases in price every single year, and your paycheck doesn't, then by all means, go ahead. But I don't think I want to live that life, and I can't stand it anymore. I graduated about 2 years ago with a bachelor's in computer science, and I started working full time, and I make $70K right now, but it's not enough. After, mortgage, utilities, it's basically gone. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And I should have started my side hustles sooner. I should have started a YouTube channel sooner. I should have started building my software and try to do a little startup faster, to be honest. I think I could have been way ahead right now than I could have been, especially during the pandemic. It was the perfect time to start a YouTube channel because everyone was inside watching other people. And I see these YouTube channels with, 500,000 subscribers, breaking in 1 million views, on average per video. That started in 2021. And what was I doing in 2021? Well, I was in college fucking around. That's what I was doing. I was wasting my time. So, despite everything despite knowing what happened in the past, hindsight is 2020. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the best time to plant a tree is now, right? So plant that tree. Don't wait for other people, or else you're going to regret it in 10, 20 years, I'm not saying you can't have fun. I'm not saying that you have to grind 24/7, never sleep, hustle. I'm saying you have to start now. Start little by little. Start by, doing hustle, maybe walk a dog or something. If you can play an instrument, maybe, offer music lessons on the side. Take action. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need the perfect camera, the perfect setup, the perfect gear. You don't need a fucking office. You can start in your bedroom, right? The most important thing is to build momentum, really. That momentum will carry you forward. Think about it. You work 8 hours a day for someone else to make someone else richer. Why can't you work at least 2 hours a day for yourself to build yourself up, right? And this doesn't have to be just business-wise strictly. Obviously, I am talking about making money primarily, but this could be, reading a book to, learn something new, learn a new skill set every day. Go to the gym, work out, work on your body, read the Bible, read philosophy, go into religion. Whatever you want to do to enrich yourself in whatever way, at least do 1 to 2 hours a day and build that momentum up, right? I like to think about wage slavery as, the gravity on Earth, right? Everybody started out, they're born, most people, we don't have anything. We're not born with $1 million or rich parents. So you can think of gravity as the poverty, everyone's grounded at first. But little by little, 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day, you build that business up, you build that discipline, that concentration up, and you're building a rocket, and you can use the rocket's momentum to escape gravity, to escape poverty, escape whatever bad situation that you're in right now. The most important thing isn't to grind 24/7. It isn't to be perfect. It isn't to wait on the perfect equipment. It's not for validation of other people. Fuck other people. The most important thing is that you start now and you be consistent. You have to be consistent once a day, every day, at least an hour of whatever you're doing, right? Consistency builds habit, and habit builds a sort of second nature. It becomes natural to you where you don't even need to exert mental energy to do it. It just becomes easy, like drinking water. And once you get there, you will be ahead of most people. I can say that, Don't make stupid decisions like quitting your job when you have no side income streams, right? Don't quit school if you have like a year left. Obviously, go get your degree if you're already halfway through it. Go do your 9 to 5, but use your 9 to 5, use your degree as a platform to build higher, build better, go achieve more. Don't be satisfied with a 9 to 5 like everyone else. Don't be satisfied with just a bachelor's or a master's degree. That don't mean shit nowadays. The amount of people that have bachelor's and master's is astounding that it's becoming the regular, baseline. That's why all these people that are graduating, we can't find jobs because everybody has a bachelor's degree, so it becomes meaningless. And now everybody has to go for a master's and so forth. And part of the thing that I see every day in the office is that the people there are like 50, 60, 64. They're almost the retirement age. I think retirement age is 63, 64. But here they are working every day for nothing, pennies on the dollar. They're working as a software engineer, mentally brutal, while they don't own any piece of the software, any equity in the company, and they get scraps while the owners make millions of dollars. And what do? They go ahead and buy a brand new Ford F-150, and their retirement is pushed back another 5-10 years. So you have to decide what's important for you, what's important to you, and you have to lock in, really. Do you want materialistic things? Do you want, financial freedom? Do you want to take care of your parents? Do you want kids and a family, right? More and more as the years go by, as this economy collapses, I think that the average person, by average I mean a bachelor's degree holder working a 9 to 5, the average person like that will not be able to afford the average life. That means a house, a wife, 2 kids, white picket fence, a dog. That average life now, you have to make like at least, let's say, 250K, 200K. You have to be extraordinary now to have the average ordinary things. The bar has shifted higher. There's more competition, and average doesn't buy you shit now. And so the only way to win is to not be average, is to grind, is to build enough momentum and escape the rat race. And even after all of that, it's not even a guarantee that you'll make it, right? You still have the chance of blowing it up and not making shit. And that's the gamble that we have to take.